A win is a win. We'll take a win.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes.
Good morning and welcome to the last day of the year. I have taken a luxurious morning doing like couch work on my couch. It's been great, but I've also gotten things done, which is awesome. But now I have to like get up and actually do things. So as you know, I'm doing daily uploads for a few more days. I'm not sure exactly when this one is posting. I finished editing the one that's posting today, December 31st, this morning. And then I guess maybe this one will be the day after that. After all that couch work, you'd think I'd have it straight. I don't have it straight, but I have to do like actual fun living last day of the year things too today. So that's why I figured I'd vlog as well. First step before we get on with our other things of the day, fixing this that's going on.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
Okay, I feel a little bit more like myself now. Okay, talking about my debut back into society. Haven't been out and about in a little bit. I do need to go get groceries. I was doing everything in my power to put that off and not have to do that today and do it like tomorrow whenever Zach is back. However, turns out Aldi is closed on New Year's Day, which I'm glad that I like went through and actually checked that, or else I definitely would have just pushed it off till tomorrow. But I do need to get groceries today. It's the first time in 3 weeks that I've meal prepped and planned for meals, just with all of the going home and then weird weeks, and I didn't do it when it was just me here. And so I have several meals. Well, I have 4 meals that I've planned using my favorite app. I love when people text me, they're like, this app has changed my life. I'm like, mine too. I would not be the little cooking gal that I am without, I guess let me show you if you haven't heard me talk about it before. It's this app. It's called Meline. It has a free version. You don't have to pay anything for it. You can, but I've never used the pro version and I've had it for 2 years. 3 years? 2 years. But my recipes for this upcoming week, I have a nice little black bean and veggie quesadilla, spicy Mexican style ground beef frittata. I was in a mood, I guess. Roasted broccoli pasta with lemon mint, pistachios, and Parmesan. And then a sun-dried tomato turkey meatballs with sauteed garlicky kale and ricotta. I'm kind of going fancy this week, I feel like. I was really looking to try recipes that I hadn't tried before. The pasta one we've had before, it was good. But so, this is why I love this app. It has my grocery list here for me. I've already checked off the things that we already have here. And honestly, it's a lot of produce, but it's not too much beyond that. I think I may have to do a second grocery trip because whenever you go to Aldi, you save a lot of money going to Aldi, but Aldi doesn't always have everything, and so you kind of got to do a secondary grocery trip. And then my other plan before we go get groceries is that one of my favorite, I mean one of the only honestly, independent bookstores that I go to in Atlanta is having like 12 days of Christmas or 12 days into the new year. They're having a sale and it gets like progressively more sale-y every day. And so I don't know if bookstores get picked over, but I imagine I can still find good things. I'm not going with like the intent to find one specific book, but today we're at the point where their new books are 30% off and their used books are 40% off, which is a very good deal. And it keeps increasing into the week, but they're closed tomorrow and then I go back to work. So I don't think I can like fit in going there after work sometime this week. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna try. Something I do want to show you though, I did this yesterday whenever I definitely could have been doing other things. I just reorganized this bookshelf. It's loosely by color and I just think it looks super fun and super cute. That being said, I don't know where I'll put new books that I get, if I end up getting any, finding any that I like. Since today's the last day of the year, my reading stats will be done by the end of today, and I'm in the middle of 2 books that I'm hoping to have done by today. One I definitely will because it's the 7-Year Slip, which I started by reading a couple months ago and just like didn't get into it reading, but I wanted to finish it and I wanted to know what happened, so I've been listening to it on audiobook and I literally have 14 minutes left, so that's a definite will happen for by the end of today. So it'll definitely be in my New Year wrap up. And then my other one that I'm trying to make it through. It's called Bye Baby, and it's an advanced reader's copy. So it comes out in March of 2024. I got it from Goodreads, a Goodreads giveaway. It is very interesting. It follows like two best friends, a kidnapping. It's not necessarily suspenseful, but there is a element of apprehension through the whole book because it balances, like there are certain things that you know more than the characters know, and then there's certain things that the characters know more than you know. So it's like wanting to know what they know, but also like balancing the when are they gonna find out this stuff that I know type deal. So it's very interesting. And I'm on page 266 and there are 339 pages. So like it's not that I'm just almost done, but I am definitely working my way through it. And I just feel like since I'm that close, I should just do it in this year, and that'll get me to 123 books this year. Final number. I'm gonna read a chapter before I go. That's what I'm trying to do, is like read a chapter between doing things today. And then we'll head out to our bookstore and grocery shopping.
Jumping from cliffs so high.
Honestly, it was a little too warm outside for the big old sweater that I chose to wear today. I just felt like since it's the end of December that it should have been fine. No, not fine. I've been through a lot. I've been through war since you've seen me last. I have a chronic need to jump my car, and I don't know why I didn't expect like, oh, if my car's been sitting there for 2 weeks at this point, since I was home and not driving it, been sitting there for 2 weeks, of course it's dead. Just like, of course it's dead. I should have guessed. I should not have been caught off guard by that. So whenever I was leaving earlier, that just added extra moments to wait to get my car jumped. I just sat in my car and read. I was like, you know what is not gonna knock me off my high horse today? This car. I'm staying on my high horse. So then I drove around for like 30 minutes to give the battery a time to redo its thing, you know? And then I did go to the bookstore. Let me show you what I got. I had to put them in a grocery bag to get them up the stairs. Despite Zach not being here, I did carry up the groceries all in one trip. If you saw some muscles busted through, that's why, that's why. This is my book that I was reading in the car, waiting for it to get jumped. That one's not new. My total at the bookstore was $18 for 3 books, one of which is an advanced reader's copy, which at this bookstore they have like a shelf of advanced reader's copies, and if you buy a new book you get one of these for free because you can't like buy books not for sale. But this one comes out in February. It's called The Hidden Life of Cicely Larson. Truly why I got it was because every time I read and pick up historical fiction, I end up falling in love with it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to read more historical fiction, and then I just like don't. And so I'm trying to, in the new year, maybe actually read more historical fiction. Like that was even a goal for this year because I do, and we can talk about this later. I have a plan to talk about this sometime, I don't know. But I'll like take every genre that I've read and I'll like average the star ratings I've given books within that genre to see if there's like a standout genre that like, oh, maybe I only read 5 historical fictions, but their average rating is like a 4.5, you know, or something like that. Every time I do that, historical is so high, but I don't read it enough. But anyways, this one is about a woman who in 1924 at 4 years old gets dropped off to an orphanage in Chicago with her parents' promise to come back and get her whenever they can. That doesn't happen, and so she just like ends up growing up. She goes with the circus. She's like an act in the circus, but then the book is also told in 2015 whenever Cecily, the main character, is 94 years old, and there's like something about her daughter, granddaughter, great-grandson do a DNA test and start to like unravel family mysteries. I'm gonna eat this up. I already know that. I think I have no choice but to eat this up. And then I'm so excited. Heartstopper Volume 5! I don't remember when I last read Heartstopper. I feel like April was when I read them all, maybe. It's a series of graphic novels. Alice has this whole multiverse of various different books and series, but Nick and Charlie in Heartstopper, it's a graphic novel, so they really don't take you all too long to read. I feel like I'll probably finish this in 30-40 minutes, just flipping through and reading them, but they're so immersive. Nick and Charlie are just so sweet. I'm kind of scared for what Volume 5 has for me because they can kind of wreck your heartstrings a little bit, but I'm excited. And then lastly, Elle Kennedy, The Deal. Oh my gosh. I got this because it was a hockey romance, and you know I just read Icebreaker. Look, my cheeks are getting even pinker. You know I just read Icebreaker and I like absolutely ate it up. And so I was like, I've heard of Elle Kennedy before. I don't know her books all that well, but I know I've heard the name before of the author. And check check out this hockey romance. So I was like, yeah, sounds good. I looked it up on Goodreads. It's rated above 4 stars. So I was like, perfect. And I will eat this up, don't you worry. I just caught a glimpse of the back. She's about to make a deal with the college bad boy. Hannah Wells has finally found someone who turns her on. But while she might be confident in every other area of her life, she's carting around a full set of baggage when it comes to sex and seduction. Are these books good? Look, it has blue edges. I didn't even notice that. Wait, cute. I don't have too many books that have sprayed edges. If she wants to get her crush's attention, she'll have to step out of her comfort zone and make him take notice, even if it means tutoring the annoying, childish, cocky captain of the hockey team in exchange for a pretend date. I feel like maybe I need a Kindle for the sole reason of the back of this book says wildest sex of both of their lives. And so like if I'm just like reading this book out in public, someone might catch a glimpse like I just did. You know what? No shame. Especially because like off-campus series, that rings a bell now. I have heard of this more often than I thought I have. I've never read any of them. It's gonna have me giggling and kicking my feet. Let me get my groceries into like a haul ready formation so you don't have to hear me crinkling the bags, and then I'll show you what I got. I ended up just going to Kroger since I knew I was gonna have to end up there anyways, and so I just didn't want to do 2 grocery trips today. You guys, we can start over here. Just various like produce things, all for recipes. So like avocados, lemons, limes, green bell peppers, some tomato sauce. The total for today was $127, which is kind of low, but honestly I didn't get too many things other than things for recipes. So like usually it's a bit higher than this. I just grabbed this just to have on hand as needed. Frozen pizza, gluten-free tortilla wraps for a recipe, 50% off chocolate eruption cake slice. I'm sorry. You know I'm gonna get a cake slice. We were out of olive oil, had to get more. All of the meat that I got today was discounted because it was sell by January 2nd, and so it'll just all go in the freezer. This is the other one. 2 ground turkeys, 1 ground beef, ricotta cheese, kale, rice cakes, pistachios. Ooh, Fairlife chocolate milk. Love this. Lactose-free chocolate milk, big fan. Frozen fruit for smoothies. Cheddar Parmesan. I was out of a couple spices, and so I got chili powder, black pepper, Italian seasoning, some cheese for recipes. The recipe's called for fresh broccoli, but I got frozen broccoli because I didn't want to have to cut it. And then in here we have apples, tomatoes, jalapenos, cilantro, and red bell peppers. I really feel like that's not a lot of things, and I feel like I messed something up to not get that many things, but like I got everything on my grocery list. I don't know.
Trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know.
I feel like my day's gotten away from me a little bit, but that does not mean that I don't have time to take it back. Gym outfit of the day. Yeah. Sorry, left my book in there. I'm about to want to take it with me to the gym. Lulu. Remember, I'm leaning into colors right now. No, I feel like the day's gotten away from me because I haven't filmed, but I'm also trying to not let that affect me. The part that's stressing me is that I don't have the video ready for tomorrow yet, but that doesn't mean that I won't have it ready. And daily upload for a week is a goal that I set for myself. And if it's daily upload for 6 days, that's the same amount of uploads that we usually get in 6 weeks. So a win is a win. We'll take a win. I think I'm going to elliptical today. I know I'm going to elliptical today so that I can read. I guess I could incline walk. That's the other option here. I could incline walk for a little bit and then elliptical. I think I'm gonna talk more about this in my like planning January steps, action steps to meet my goals video. But I know I've mentioned in a lot of recent videos the fact that half marathon training was stressing me out and I felt like I wasn't ready and I like haven't been doing the training like I should be doing. And it made me realize if this isn't working for me, why am I still pushing myself to train in a way that's not working for me, especially when I've trained in a way that did work for me before. And so I had been doing the Nike Run Club training plan for this half marathon, and I'm switching from that back to the old training plan that I used up in the summer because it's just gonna work so much better for me. The difference is really where that Nike Run Club gained distance really fast and then kept those high distances for a while leading up to the half marathon, whereas the last one that I did just kind of gained distance pretty slowly, and then the half marathon was like the last distance gain, and that is what worked for me before. That is what I'm planning on doing now. And it freed me from having to do a 10-mile long run now 5 weeks before the half marathon, and tomorrow I just get to run 5 miles. love that. Can do that. So my new training plan for running is going to be that typically I'm going to do runs on Sunday because I have daylight since I'm not working, Wednesdays because I have run club, and Thursdays, whether in the morning or at night, whether on the treadmill or outside, but that leaves just like one run that I have to do by myself, either in the dark or on a treadmill, instead of trying to fit all of my runs in that way. And then Saturdays do a long run. So with that being said, that frees me to elliptical today instead of run 10 miles, which I'm loving. Finished my book on the elliptical. It was good. It was good. I feel like I'm gonna think about it for a while. Like, I guess when I say it is good, I'm meaning I enjoyed it. Maybe I enjoyed it more than it actually is good, you know? But I enjoyed it, and it's gonna stick with me. That being said, check content warnings before reading it, because there are a few elements that took me by surprise. Tonight, I've decided, well, okay, I have a couple decisions that I've made. Number one decision that I've made, tonight's gonna be a bath night. I'm gonna draw a nice bath. I'm gonna put my Spa Luxe Teak bubble bath in there. I'm gonna light a candle. I'm gonna start reading another book in the bath while relaxing. Number two decision that I've made is that it was really stressing me out coming this dramatic. I was thinking more than a couple thoughts about what the like 7th video of this week-long daily uploads would be. And I know I even talked about before I went to the gym, I was like, if it's 6 days, it's 6 days, whatever. What I've decided is that I think you are gonna be seeing this video tomorrow. So it's kind of like Vlogmas vibes, you know, where it's like, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. We're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and you're gonna see this video at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then what I'm going to do is do another vlog tomorrow, January 1st vlog, in which I will include the separate video that I was thinking about making today that's like action steps that I'm doing to start the new year off right, kind of the more like January specifics, goals, like taking the 12-month-long goals and narrowing them down to what I'm doing in January. That I'm just gonna include in tomorrow's video because that's January 1st vibes anyways. So that being said, Anna's week-long of daily uploads is probably gonna be Anna's 5 days of daily uploads, but it's so fun. And you have today and you have tomorrow. And then you have Sundays and the occasional Wednesday whenever I throw one in there too. But the fact that, like, I have tomorrow off, which is awesome, but I go back to work on Tuesday. And doing daily videos while working a full-time job, that's the end of the sentence. That's it. Me and Wildfire are gonna go take a bath for a little bit. What's nice, despite being dark as pitch black outside, it's 6:49 p.m. I still have the whole night in front of me. I don't know yet if I'm staying up till midnight or not. I feel like I should because it's New Year's, but I also feel like I'm a sleepy girl. Let's see what my Whoop tells me. I'll let it decide. I told Whoop I wanted to achieve 85% of my sleep goal, which is like normal. 85% is good. And based on my wake time of this morning, which was 7:34, Whoop says I can go to bed at 12:05. So I guess that has made our decision for us. The night is young. The night is just beginning. We're making it to the new year.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah.
I got absolutely whisked away in my project. It's 10:54 p.m. so I think I'm gonna make it till midnight. I had to distract myself to get to this point because I am getting very sleepy, but 10:55 p.m., another minute closer. Look how fun this is. Let me scoot out of the way so there's no shadow. At first I was gonna do this just for 2024, but then when I realized how many books fit on a page, it was 100. And I read 125 books this year, but like some were series, so I just combined the series, and now each color is a genre, and these are the books that I read this year. Isn't that so cool? And then I have 100 spaces over here that I can fill it in as we go into 2024 too. I was just kind of messing around earlier when I said that maybe I would do some like bullet journal spreads, but that's cute. Like I feel very proud of how that turned out. It definitely took maybe like 2.5 hours. I did not realize how long I was sitting here drawing lines, and I feel like I have like carpal tunnel or something. Look, I'm left-handed, can you tell? That being said, 1 hour and 4 minutes until the new year. I don't know what I want to do. I've been watching Gilmore Girls, which has been good. And I kind of want to continue watching Gilmore Girls, but the issue, super first world problem, that I can't log into Netflix on our TV because of their like consolidation. My laptop's fine, but I can't log in on our TV. So I may just like switch to watching YouTube so I can put it on the TV and then I can start editing this video. I'm definitely going to reach a big slump coming up soon though, because this is the latest that I'm staying up in quite a long time. See? Right on cue. I've mentioned this on this channel before, but one time in high school, someone told me that when I yawn, I remind them of a dinosaur. And I think every single yawn that I've had since that moment, I've thought of it. And I do think it's true. Oh, and then I also want to show you, I did a little like separate the journal out to be 2024. And this is the little quote that was in the vision board yesterday. I hope you can see how the everyday sweet little things are the most beautiful. Then turn the page and there are my books. I had hot chocolate, I had chocolate milk. I feel like we're really just hanging out right now. I think ever since I decided that this video will get posted tomorrow, I'm like getting Vlogmas feelings now where we're just very like, we're just sitting and chatting. Gonna move to the couch, gonna start editing this video, gonna put some YouTube on the TV. 1 hour and 2 minutes, I can do it. I can do that.
The sky is falling down.
I'm all cozied up in bed with 28 minutes to the new year, editing from here, and I just remembered that there are clothes that are wet in the wash that I definitely should move to the dryer and not just leave wet in the wash overnight. I really was just trying to be so on top of it by washing clothes, and now regretting that. Oh my goodness, it's 11:59. How do you find, I feel like I need to see the seconds so I'm not like caught off guard. I'm gonna be so caught off guard whenever it turns to 12. But there is no one that I would rather ring in my new year than you. Love you. Wait, I feel like, because like it just turned 11:59, so I feel like I still have a second before it turns 12, but I don't want to be surprised. Where in this world do you find seconds? It's still 11:59. World clock? Nope, oh my gosh, it just turned, it's midnight. Happy New Year, happy 2024. Like I said, no one I would rather ring it in with. I am going to head to bed. I have gotten this video barely edited, barely started, but you will be seeing it. What's 12 a.m. to 3 p.m. 15 hours from now, you'll be seeing it. So, and I'll start vlogging as soon as I wake up tomorrow morning for what maybe is going to be the last daily upload. I don't know. We're just enjoying them while they're here. I hope you have such a great start to your year, and I'll see you in 15 hours.